Daryl Colvin, candidate for School Governing Board. Madam Chairman and members of the Board and Administration, I'm speaking to you about the moment of silence that replaced what used to be a clergy offered prayer at the start of the meetings. The purpose of our schools is not to undermine American traditions in pursuit of a global model. Instead, it's to support, perpetuate, and teach American traditions that have helped to make our country great. I'm reminded of the founder of the Templeton Prize in Religion, a man named John Templeton, famous in the investment community, and who established that prize, the equivalent of the Nobel Prize. This year's winner was the Dalai Lama, interestingly enough. A famous quote from him is that we don't pray that our stocks will go up because we pray at our business meetings, but we pray because we make fewer mistakes. Speaking of fewer mistakes, Benjamin Franklin is kind of the father of, I think, prayer at all of our various meetings in our nation. And I'm going to conclude my remarks with the last two-thirds of his speech at the Constitutional Convention. In this situation of this assembly, groping as it were in the dark to find political truth and scarce able to distinguish it when to us, how has it happened, sir, that we have not hitherto once thought of humbly applying to the Father of Lights to illuminate our understandings? In the beginning of the contest with Great Britain, when we were sensible of danger, we had daily prayer in this room for divine protection. Our prayers, sir, were heard and they were graciously answered. All of us who were engaged in the struggle must have observed frequent instances of a superintending providence in our favor. To that kind providence we owe this happy opportunity of consulting in peace on the means of establishing our future national felicity. And have we now forgotten that powerful friend? Or do we imagine that we no longer need his assistance? I have lived, sir, a long time, and the longer I live, the more convincing proofs I see of this truth, that God governs in the affairs of men. If a sparrow cannot fall to the ground without his notice, is it probable that an empire could rise without his aid? We have been assured, sir, in the sacred writings that except the Lord build, they labor in vain that build it. I firmly believe this, and I also believe that without his concurring aid, we shall succeed in this political building no better than the builders of Babel. We shall be divided by our little local partial interests, and our projects will be
30
confounded.
seconds.
Anyway, I'll conclude with this closing statement. I therefore beg to move that henceforth prayers employing the insistence of heaven and its blessings on our deliberations be held in this assembly every morning before we proceed to business, and that one or more of the clergy of this city be requested to officiate in that service. If it's good enough for both houses of Congress, the House and Senate, both houses of the legislature, other school districts, it ought to be good enough for the Gilbert School Board. Thank you.